Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Color X Malice along Takeru Sasazuka's route. Well, Minagishi tried to bring Sasazuka back into the fold, but it didn't work. So that's what this scene is following. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story.
Hoshino, are you doing okay?
Yes, do you need something?
Take these documents over at headquarters, please.
Sure, that's fine. I love going to HQ. I love seeing Minagishi, although I would like it better if Morioka would pop up once in a while again. As I accepted the documents he handed to me, Mochida smiled, obviously pleased about something.
Yeah, it's really nice that you're Commissioner Minagishi's favorite.
Oh, I see.
I gotta work up a lot of guts to go to HQ.
Favorite? Perhaps some sort of misunderstanding had developed, since Minagishi had made sure I'd gotten to dinner on time yesterday. Mochida, it's not really...
It's great that the Commissioner has taken a liking to you. Keep up the good work.
Oh no. Huh. Mochida cheerfully left and went back to his own area. Yeah, it makes it sound like we're dating, which I really wouldn't mind. I can understand Mochida's feelings, but it's difficult to face him. As I let out a huge sigh, I stood up from my seat with the documents in my hands.
Hoshino. Are those reports for me?
Yes, please take a look at them. Also, I'm really sorry for last night.
You don't need to apologize for that. Oh, but maybe... if you could channel that feeling into persuading Sasazuka.
With that grin. I'll do my best. With that response, I left the area. I decided to send a text to Sasazuka. I'll head to the agency after work. Don't tell me not to come. I waited a bit, but there was no response. I wondered if he was busy or just ignoring me, or maybe it was both. I'll just check before I go home. I put the cell phone back into my pocket and began walking. I wonder if he didn't notice the text. As I left the station after work, I stared at the lack of a reply on my phone and sighed again. I thought about calling, but if he wasn't checking his phone, going there was faster. I hope he's not in a bad mood. Maybe he's sleeping. Excuse me.
Oh, what? Is something wrong?
Enomoto appeared to be the only person in the agency, cooling himself with a handheld fan. Why are you cooling yourself with a fan? It's the middle of December. I came here looking for Sasazuka, but is he out right now?
Seaweed Head's not here today.
What?
Maybe he's at home. If you need to see him, then go over there.
Well, that would be awfully rude of me since I've never been there before. And I would have to ask you for his address?
Once Seaweed shuts himself in, texts and calls are completely useless.
That would be going too far. I don't want to bother Sasazuka.
The enemy is at Honoji.
What? There he goes again. As Enomoto said that, he pointed his fan with a satisfied look on his face.
A mere seaweed is not worth fearing. I'll write down the address for you.
Not that I'm afraid, but Sasazuka isn't really my enemy to begin with. As Enomoto wrote down the address and hummed, I sighed internally. That was a rather odd encounter. Sasazuka's house, huh? I glanced at the address on the note. It looked like it wasn't too far from here. Maybe I'll give it a shot and head over. How can he not answer stuff? What if something important happened? What if something X-Day related happened and we needed him? I consulted my phone for directions and made my way to Sasazuka's apartment. I think it's probably around here. As I nervously looked for the place, I took out my cell phone. It'd be rude if I just suddenly dropped by. I should try calling just in case, and if it didn't connect, then I'd give up tonight. Well, you came all the way out here, you might as well at least knock even if he doesn't answer. Calling. As I settled on that plan, the call connected.
What is it?
His voice sounded tired. You sound like you've been working hard. I'm close to your place right now and...
Huh?
I went to the agency and you weren't there. so Enomoto told me the address.
Haven't you ever heard of invasion of privacy?
Well, it's not like I just let myself in. Sounds like it'd be a big problem if I came by.
Jeez, that moron. I'm going to kill him. Whatever. I'm over this, so come by already. Oh, but in exchange...
Yes?
There's a convenience store nearby, right? I'm hungry, so get me something from there. Then I'll forgive you. That's it.
I usually hated the way he treated me like his personal gopher, but this one time it actually worked out in my favor. As I felt my anxiety dissipate, I headed towards the convenience store. Dinner, huh? He always had instant ramen containers, snack wrappers, and those nutritional block-shaped food products on his desk. Ah, we're gonna cook for him, eh? I would prefer if he actually ate a proper meal for once, but... After I considered it for a bit... Aw man, we have to buy prepared food. I guess it's because it's more sensible, and that would appeal to him more. And besides, if we're not preparing food, we can talk to him more. I should probably just do as he asked. Yeah, that's right. He's also pretty strict about things, so it's best to adhere to his words as strictly as possible. I thought about cooking for him, but I didn't know what cooking utensils he had, given the way he normally ate. Ah, true. I picked up a bunch of food that could be eaten immediately, like onigiri and sandwiches. December 11th, 9:03 p.m. Excuse me.
Yeah, really.
Sasazuka led me into his place, which was simple, but surprisingly very clean.
Where's the food?
Oh, here. I handed him the entire bag. He seemed hungry, so I just picked up stuff that was ready to eat. I bought more than enough, so if there's something you don't like, I'll take care of it.
You did pretty good for once. Nice work.
Oh, I actually got enough for him, huh? I don't need to be fed. I countered before Sasazuka could try anything and put my hand into the bag.
You're not being cute.
You really wanted to feed me, huh? Sasazuka stuck out his lip in a bit of a pout. After he sated his hunger, Sasazuka looked over at his desk and his bank of monitors and beckoned me over. Are we going to see the reason for your sequestering? This is some impressive equipment. I wouldn't mind having all that.
The specs are better than the police gear.
It's probably what he spends all his money on.
Just after we met with Minagishi last night, Shinjuku Station security suddenly tightened.
What? What do you mean?
All the emails I was forwarding here stopped, and I can't penetrate their network anymore. I think Minagishi is freezing me out.
Does that...
He knew, but he was looking the other way. But from now on, things would be different.
I didn't know much about Shinjuku Station systems, but I think it'd be tough to overhaul the entire station's security overnight. They probably just locked down the section that Sasazuka was using to infiltrate. I'm sure that all the sensitive information about Adonis would have been behind a more robust layer of their security. Sasazuka was specifically targeted. He hit a few keys and pressed enter. A small window popped up, and information scrolled. Then the station's network login screen appeared. Did your hack work?
Yeah, although it was a pain in the ass.
His response was muted, but it seems like he was hiding some dissatisfaction.
I don't know how long this will work. The main thing is Minagishi sending a message.
Work with me or be locked out?
If I take my time, I can definitely break through this level of security. But I can't afford to do this every time. The information wouldn't be worth the work.
So, Minagishi is making it so that you don't really have any option but to rejoin the police force.
That's right. I told you he wasn't an idiot.
Sasazuka sighed heavily, and I hesitantly asked, "Why don't you want to rejoin the police force?" I know you have your own plans, but I don't really understand.
Obviously, because I didn't tell you.
Then let me try asking this way. Sasazuka, why did you quit the police force?
That doesn't matter.
Is it something you can't tell me?
I'm telling you, that it doesn't matter.
Is it because you still don't trust me?
That's not it.
Is it embarrassing? Is it because of the collar then? After I asked that, Sasazuka went silent. From the scowl on his face, it didn't really seem like that was the reason either. Sasazuka.
Just consider that to be the case. In any case, I have no intention of saying anything about it right now. That's all.
I think maybe this person is actually a lot worse at telling lies than I realized. After Sasazuka looked away from me, he rose from his seat, then plopped on his bed. Huh?
I got sleepy after eating. Going to sleep.
What?
Just hurry up and go home, all right?
He's also bad at hiding his feelings. He stubbornly shut his eyes and feigned sleep. I've never seen Sasazuka act so utterly childish before. Oh, that's cute. I sighed, and then I started picking up all the trash he'd made while eating his dinner. That's strange. They just said he was pretty fastidious about the cleaning, so I'm surprised he left trash out. After I collected all the trash in one place, I used his sink and washed my hands, looked at myself and let out an ironic laugh. He's difficult, but I can't hate him. Starting to understand his personality now, huh? When we first met, he was a source of near terror, but now, I feel like I've completely opened up to Sasazuka. At least enough that if he was carrying a burden, I wanted to help him carry it. If I said this, that might actually tick him off. I prepared to go home. I'll be heading out now, Sasazuka. I announced my departure with a soft voice, but Sasazuka didn't respond, as expected. I put on my boots and opened the door. Then... Huh? Just to be certain, I checked to make sure the door was shut, but it opened. The doors don't auto-lock at this place? I couldn't just leave his door unlocked. I needed to get him to lock his door. It was inconceivable for me as a guest to just leave his front door unlocked, considering the current state of Shinjuku. I entered his apartment again, excused myself, and called out to Sasazuka. Sasazuka. Excuse me, Sasazuka. I'm leaving, but you need to lock the door. Huh? No way! Is he actually asleep? I stretched out my hand in order to jostle Sasazuka awake, prepared for him to be upset at me. But instead, he grabbed me, right? Huh? Aww. He looks so much more adult here. I was face to face with the sleeping Sasazuka. Why does he look so manly in this picture? Why can't he always look like this? Perhaps he's half asleep, but he's got me locked in his arms like a body pillow. Well, at least he's not drunk and actually literally treating you like a body pillow like Mineo did. Hey, Sasazuka, I'm not okay with this. His grip on me didn't loosen up. I could probably have forced my way out of this, but for some reason I couldn't bear to do that. Why didn't I notice this? As I got a good close look at Sasazuka's face, I noticed the dark circles under his eyes. I assumed that he'd probably been up all night hacking. He must be exhausted. This was beyond troublesome. But I also couldn't say that I hated it. As I tried to figure out how to feel about my predicament, I looked at his face. He looks so innocent while he's sleeping. They all do, don't they? So misleading. If I was helping him rest like this, I figured I could endure it for a little while longer. As I was thinking that, I felt the constant warmth from his arms. Well, now I get to see how he feels about this. At 2 a.m. Okay, I apologize for the terrible singing, but... Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop.
In the darkness, I heard a nostalgic song.
When the wind blows, the cradle will rock.
Almost whispered as if to soothe me. It was the song that my mother sang over and over when she started babysitting to fill the time when my father wasn't around. Why am I hearing this now? That song isn't for me. Why?
That song again. I'm starting to get sick of it.
Don't say such a thing. When you were a baby, I used to sing this song to you all the time.
It's not like I remember it.
True, but it brings me back.
Is he asleep already?
Yes, look, you sound asleep.
Babies are always just sleeping.
It's almost like sleeping is his job. Takeru, you also slept a lot as a baby.
I told you I don't remember that.
I know you don't, but it's a happy memory for me. You are my only son, Takeru.
I bolted awake with a chill up my spine. My heart was racing, and I was in a cold sweat. Although, there was also an odd warmth. What the heck?
It's your fault. Don't try to blame it on me.
Noticing the figure sleeping soundly in my arms, I began to feel flustered. Wait, no way. This is impossible. My clothes are on, so that's a good sign.
Would you really think I would do something to you in your sleep? But it's also a good sign that you're under the blanket and I'm over it.
After establishing that, I put two and two together and felt embarrassed. Sheesh, you dumb cat. Don't make me panic like that. After heaving a sigh of relief, I stared at the face of the girl sleeping next to me. That ridiculously peaceful face stirred up an intense hatred. Why do you have such a carefree look? It doesn't fit your situation at all. This girl's life was in jeopardy right now. That collar she was wearing could inject poison into her neck at any moment. I wonder how it felt, living her life while it was in someone else's grasp. I wonder if she's more terrified than she shows. Whatever. I'm not going to show her any pity. She's just a pawn that I can play. But then, why did I let myself get so close? In a sense, she could be considered a victim, but I definitely haven't treated her like one. I was aware of that. Even still, I couldn't leave her alone. I was definitely not myself around her. There's nothing I can do but help as well, so hurry up and get your mind right.
Okay.
If you don't mind, I'll just stay like this for a bit longer. Are crying brats and girls my weakness? How pathetic.
There's nothing pathetic about that.
I didn't think I was stupid enough to be moved so much in such a short period of time. That's why this is all your own fault, Poochie.
It so is not.
First, she was a collared cat. Then, she became a puppy happy to be praised.
Puppy! I am now one of the three.
It seemed that this girl was very pet-like. That's why I was acting like this.
Can I be a ferret next?
That's all it is. You're just a pet idiot. This was beyond troublesome. But I also couldn't say that I hated it. Well, I can't say that she isn't cute. Honestly, I can't really say that she's not my type to some extent either. The cheerful sleeping face still kind of rankled me. Therefore, this was all her fault for sleeping inside my arms without my permission.
It's not. You're the one that grabbed her. It's not like she jumped into your bed and wormed her way into your arms.
For now, I'll just take the set meal. That's all. I got tired of thinking, so I closed my eyes. I felt the warmth from holding her close, and it wasn't so bad. I soon fell asleep. It was after that dream. If I was to head down that rabbit hole, it would definitely be inconvenient for me. That was why I let myself descend into sleep.
Okay, that scene made me like Takeru, like, a whole lot better. I mean, I liked him, but it was kind of like a neutral like before. But now it's like, oh, that was sweet. And now it's like, you're really getting to see the Tsundere side. X Day Incident June Report. X Day Incident Report. Report of the X Day incidents. June 1st, an explosion struck at Shinjuku Middle School, killing an entire class. They were doing a science experiment at the time, so it was initially ruled as an accident. However, the damage caused changed the ruling. The Roman numeral 7 was drawn on the roof of the building, and a coin was found at the site, identical to the one in the May crime. It's likely linked to the April and May cases. No fingerprints were found at the scene, and all people present perished. So much is still unknown about this case. Explosive residues were found, but they were from easily obtainable components. A school festival had been held recently, so determining suspects has been difficult. Afterwards, the group calling itself Adonis uploaded a video in the mid-June.
A heartbreaking event has occurred. However, this was not indiscriminate murder. All of the deceased were, in fact, sinners. If you knew the extent of their crimes, you would accept their deaths as just. To save all people from sadness, we of Adonis will continue to judge the wicked. Countdown to X Day, 7.
A dedicated investigations office in Shinjuku Station was set up to handle the X Day cases.
I heard countless dissenting opinions. Was it necessary to judge so many at once? I asked the question many times myself. It was absolutely necessary. There wasn't any point in merely sacrificing 1 or 2 transgressors. There are not minor sins and major ones. All sinners must get the same punishment. Furthermore, in order to create the ideal world, a lot more sorrow will be required. We must rid ourselves of this ambivalence.
And now we're moving into Chapter 3. December 12th, 6:12 a.m. It was cold, but it was also warm for some reason. I felt strange, as if half of me was wrapped in a blanket. Oh, kinda. What's this? I felt something bony at the back of my neck, and I was about to roll over.
So wake up already, dumb cat.
Huh? My shoulders shook, startled by hearing that voice at such close range. I nervously opened my eyes and...
You slept pretty well, didn't you?
Sasazuka?
Obviously. Who else looks like this idiot?
Huh? How? Why?
That's my line. Well, I kinda piece things together.
My memories from last night came into focus. That's right. I just fell asleep. Sorry. I was... Then the lock, and suddenly...
Just hurry and get up.
Yes. I jumped up as if I was launched.
Ugh. I can't feel anything in my arm. People's heads are heavy even if they're empty.
You just had to go and ruin it. I'm really sorry. How long have you been awake, by the way?
A bit before you got up.
Oh, that's good.
The snoring and teeth grinding woke me up.
Oh, no way!
Well, alright, I made that up.
Sasazuka! His lies were bad for my health. As I angrily stared at him, Sasazuka just remained calm.
My arm pillow service isn't cheap, by the way.
What? That's not how it happened!
You didn't even get consent. But I guess I already got my payment, so I can forgive you.
Hey, I'm the one that didn't give consent here. What? I had a very bad feeling about this, so it was almost a whisper when it escaped my lips. Sasazuka flashed a suggestive smile.
Would you like a reenactment?
What?
If you would like to try it again, we can.
No way! I was certain he was just teasing me, and that must have been it.
Maybe nothing happened.
Of course, Sasazuka wasn't helping by not denying anything. It's a lie! You're kidding, right?
Shut up. If you're awake, then hurry up and get out. You've got 5 minutes.
I opted not to pursue the matter any further, and decided that I needed to place priority on the deadline. The 5 minutes. That's not even enough time to wash my face. I didn't even have the courage to check what my face looked like after I fell asleep without taking off my makeup. I kept my mind empty, and I had put on my boots and was making my way out of the door as Sasazuka looked up from his watch.
See ya, stupid cat. Make sure you work hard today.
Jeez. This didn't feel like real life. I shivered from the cold morning again and sighed. I think I have time to get home, actually. I had time to take a shower, make breakfast for Kazuki, and then I would just barely make it to work on time. Even still. I still couldn't believe I just let myself lay there and ended up falling asleep. The thought of it humiliated me. Stop thinking about it! I slowed down as all the thoughts resurfaced, so I basically started moving at a trot. Anyways, I should forget about it. Once I finally got home, my face was so stiff that when Kazuki came out of his room, he was so shocked that he asked if another incident had occurred. I told him that nothing had happened and sighed once again. It's personal. And now we're back to Sasazuka already. Same day, around noon.
When I got to the agency, the TV was on. Oh, Takeru, perfect timing. What is it? They have a suspect for the arson murder. It's Rika Sugawara. You remember her, right? I glanced at the television at their behest. I'd definitely seen that face in the past.
A warrant has been issued for Rika Sugawara. She's a 25-year-old office worker. Furthermore, Sugawara is suspected of being associated with the death of a stalker from grievous bodily harm in July. The police are seeking to learn about her whereabouts and possible ties with Adonis.
She's the woman that was the victim of the stalking back in June. Yeah, it's no surprise that a girl that pretty gets stalked so often. I gotta say, she's not my type though. You're missing the point, idiot. I know, but they already have a suspect for the July case. Yeah, he's claiming self-defense and is awaiting trial. But now that Sugawara is a suspect, the entire case is in flux now. Sasazuka, what's the news from the station? I don't know. Huh? What do you mean? Minagishi's pestering me. I didn't really want to talk about it, but I gave them a bare-bones explanation. I told them about how Minagishi asked me to rejoin the force, him raising the security level at the station, and how it was a pain for me to hack in. The exploit I used to get in last night was patched by the morning. I could break through it if I take time, but it'll just be a vicious cycle, so I'm just not dealing with it right now. What's this? Cyber seaweed has now just become regular seaweed? Better than just being a regular idiot zygote. I'm not an idiot! Enomoto, be quiet for a second. Fine.
Well, it's not Sasazuka asking that.
So, what are you going to do, Sasazuka? I haven't decided yet.
There are a lot of lines assigned to the wrong people in Sasazuka's route for some reason.
What? You're fine being normal seaweed? That doesn't sound like you. Putting up with this rigmarole is pointless, but letting Minagishi get his way also sucks. Meaning you don't want to rejoin the force. It'd be stupid to return to work for a place I quit because I didn't like it there. Getting information will be a pain, but it's slightly less of a pain with that dumb cat there. I see. Anyway, Yanagi, I wanted to talk to you for a bit. What is it? Do you remember Akito Sera, suspect for the middle school explosion in June? The brother of the girl who committed suicide. Yeah, he's her older brother. He's a friend of Hoshino's younger brother. Huh? Hoshino's got a little brother? He plays in a band, and that band's lead vocalist is Yasuhiro Ishiki. That Ishiki? I don't think this is all coincidence. I personally think Akito is the one we're after. What makes you think that? He kept droning on and on about his sister. Also, I have a hunch. Sasazuka's hunch, eh? Anyways, I'm having Hoshino talk to him. If it goes well, I think we'll get something good. I take it you want me to shadow Ishiki then? That's right. Can I count on you for that? Alright. I'm gonna stand still now too. If there's even a chance it's linked to the case, it'll be more productive. Just as expected of Yanagi. If this man wasn't here, then I wouldn't have joined this agency. I'm still kinda lost. I'm really glad you're here, Yanagi. I mean it.
Well, yeah, because if not, then it would just be you and Mineo, and that would never work out.
Hey, Takeru, you were thinking rude things about me now, right? They weren't rude. They were natural thoughts. When someone's an idiot, treat them like an idiot. My human rights! They're being violated! I'll leave this discretion to Yanagi. Here's Ishiki's contact information. The concert club that he frequents is here. Right, got it. You all ignore me without even trying now! As I disregard the idiot's yells, I quickly finish sharing information on the most recent incidents with Yanagi.
Don't you guys have anything for him to do?
It was mostly regarding the description of the building the other day, and the way the coin at the scene matched. Excuse me? Hey, you guys! Aren't you guys forgetting I exist? My cell phone had a message notification. It's from Ichika Hoshino.
And what do I have to say? Are you free tonight? I was able to invite Akito to dinner. We're eating at my house.
Way to go, dumb cat. What's up? Contact with Akito is established. I'll start slow with him. I'll join up for the dinner. Text me the time later. Once I texted my reply and put my phone away, Yanagi got serious. Don't get in too deep. Hoshino's collar is still an issue. Proceed with caution. I know. Mineo. Huh? What is it? Is it finally my turn? Go buy some donuts. I'm hungry.
Well, it's something to do.
I handed him some money and patted his head and sat at my PC desk.
He had to pat his head too.
Yanagi! Sorry, Inamoto. A salmon onigiri for me, please. Damn it! Coming right up.
Oh, poor Mineo.
I tried to ignore the comedy act behind me and booted up my PC. She's infinitely more useful than that idiot Mineo, huh? Granted, it was a pretty low bar to clear, but for me to compliment her was still high praise. Sasazuka. You look like you're enjoying yourself. As Yanagi tried to conceal his laughter, I hesitated on how I wanted to respond. It's not bad. I didn't feel the need to disagree for now.
It might as well have been a yes. And now we're back to Ichika, and it's nighttime. And we're gonna leave the video off there. Oh, what an adorable nap time. Yeah, this was the turning point on his route for me. I hope we don't take that dip. We always take that dip, don't we? Where it's like, things start to go up, and then something goes horribly wrong, and we're not talking to each other for a while, and then we get back together and everything's cool. So I hope we can skip that breaking up point. But we probably won't. It seems to be formulaic in this game. But we'll see. Maybe we'll have a disagreement about how to treat this whole situation with Akito and Kazuki. Maybe he's going to start suspecting Kazuki more and I'll get mad at him. Guess we'll see soon. Hope to see you in the next episode or in some of my other videos. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye, everybody.